Dentists everywhere are scrambling to adopt artificial intelligence this year, but there's very few people selling to them. Industry is currently a wide blue ocean for everyday people and existing entrepreneurs to dive straight into and make real money. Most of you watching this video probably have zero clue how easy it is to jump into the dental space, close deals for $5,000 to $10,000 upfront without being tech savvy or having loads of sales skills. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to be showing you the exact step-by-step process me and my partner agencies are using to sell to these dental clinics and make loads of money so you can replicate our success. That said, let's dive in. Let's start by analyzing the AI dental landscape. Dental AI explosion. So there's been a 21% annual growth rate for dental practices using AI systems. The total addressable market for when it comes to dental practices is 190,000 US based practices. The early adopters, there's 35% of practices using AI today, and your opportunity is the 120,000 people who are not adopters, the 65% of the market that just have not used the AI systems that I'm going to be showing you in this video yet. The success rate, 77% of all clinics thus far who have used the AI have been successful. You got to thank a large majority of the unsuccessful 30-ish% are the people who maybe used it and just didn't really know what they were doing. So because you're an actual agency that specializes in this, yours will be a lot higher. And the biggest thing that helps this market stand out is they have staff shortages. They have loads of competition and a lot of patient expectations when it comes to what they'll be getting and what the entire process looks like. So let's start with client acquisition. How are we going to help these dental clinics make money with AI? So first thing is an always-on virtual receptionist. The technology behind this is conversational AI, more specifically building a retail AI agent. Essentially what this is it is an AI caller who will have human-sounding phone conversations with all the leads for the dental practice. So any inbound phone calls that come through, it'll have natural language and understanding. So it'll sound like a real human. It'll speak whatever language the caller is speaking in. And ultimately, it will allow the dental clinic to capture 100% of all inbound inquiries, so there's no money left on the table. Now, the next thing is intelligent lead capture. So you'll build things like website form chats, social media DMs, etc., to then qualify all the leads that come in through those channels, asking things like, what's your budget? How urgent is it to get whatever procedure they're talking about? What's the insurance? What exactly procedure do you want? And it will nurture these people by using automated AI outreach sequences based on their intent. So if it was a low intent person, it's not going to waste time with the AI. It's not going to waste money with the AI targeting them. It's only going to target the high intent people, the people who could actually buy the product that these dental clinics are selling. And after that, you just convert. So Zen Dentistry, this is actually a case study from them. It's a 17x ROI over 400 plus patients per year by just doing this, being able to number one, capture those leads, and number two, qualify and adjust how much you're reaching out to them based on that intent. So the final thing that you'll do when it comes to client acquisition, helping them get more patients through the door, is reputation. So building a good review system for them. So what you're going to automate is a post-visit review request. So essentially what's going to happen is AI is going to send them a request after they've already visited and gotten their treatment done, just to review. It's like, hey, notice you came in, would love for you to review us. And the AI is going to be able to look at the sentiment analysis and reply based on templates that you put into the AI system. So assuming it's like a good review, it'd be like, hey, thank you so much. Or if it's a bad review, the AI will automatically be able to tell, and it would put like, hey, we're super sorry that you had this experience. Please call our customer service team. And essentially what it'll do is it'll share the positive reviews across different channels. So it's not just going in the one place that the reviewer left it. And the overall result that you'll get from this is a 320% increase in overall online reviews. Now, the second thing you're going to help them with when it comes to your AI service stack outside of the client acquisition stuff is the backend automation. So you're going to build a predictive appointment system, and the ML model is going to forecast all of the cancellations. And essentially what you're optimizing for is dynamic waitlist management. And what you're doing here is you're just communicating through personalized AI reminders like text and emails. And essentially what you're doing with this whole system is figuring out how many people we're going to cancel. So then you can actually make sure you're not even setting those people in the first place, kind of like an intent thing. And then on top of that, for the people who do actually book, you're using the AI reminder reminders for text and email to actually make sure they show up to that appointment. So number one, 50% no-show reduction. And number two, you're getting a 30% service capacity increase by predictively looking at who is going to no-show versus who is going to cancel versus who is actually going to show up, and ultimately building the system to mitigate as much of that as possible. Now, the next thing is profit maximization. So first thing you're going to do is just reactivation campaigns. This is tried and true, works in pretty much any industry. So database mining identifies 7+ month inactive patients, reactivation by just a personalized AI outreach campaign where essentially you're just going to reach out to them, try to reactivate them, see if they're interested in any new treatments that you can offer. Maybe it's Invisalign, maybe it's some other dental service. And ultimately, hopefully, the goal is at least get $50,000 to $200,000 per practice annually just by doing a simple reactivation, maybe once every 3 or 4 months. Very simple stuff. Then the next thing is dynamic pricing intelligence. So you'll do a market analysis on competitor rates, and essentially what you'll be able to do is look at, hey, how much are the competitor rates, what are they actually providing, and be able to constantly send a report back to that practice on if they should be increasing their price or lowering the price. This is super good to make sure they stay competitive and nobody looks at different dental practices instead of your clients. Now, the next thing we got to understand is targeting the right practices. What is the actual sub-market? Because although there's 190,000 people we could be targeting, we don't want to target all of them. So what we want to go for, I'm going to break down the different market segments. So the first one is micro practices. This is 1 to 2 dentists. They make $400K to $1 mil per year in revenue. And then you have the mid practices. They have 3 to 8 different dentists making $1 mil to $8 mil per year in revenue. And then you have the enterprise people with 10 to 100 plus locations making 10 mil plus in revenue, the super big one. The sweet spot and the people who we want to target, who we want to go for, are the mid-market people with actual growth ambition, not like the people who are stagnated and fine with being plateaued with the position they're in right now. Now, once we figure out what market we want to go towards, we need to understand the buying signals. So we're going to look and try to find different signals that we can use to our advantage. Number one would be recent negative reviews about the phone service that they're using. Or number two would be, job posting for front desk staff. Clearly they're understaffed, so building an AI caller could help them save loads of money and time. Signal, website updated in the last 24 months. That means they're tech enabled. That means they're more likely to buy something like an AI offer. And then high intent is all free signals. So mainly what you want to go for is find people that have negative reviews about phone service, find people who are looking for front desk staff, and find people who updated their website in the last 12 months. That means they're tech savvy and clearly have an issue with their phone and front desk. Easy sell, guys. And then after we figure that out, we got to figure out our selling angles. A lot of this comes from what we've already spoken about. So the missed opportunity crisis, reality, 40% of all calls go unanswered after hours. The AI Fix is a 24/7 conversational booking agent built on retail.ai. And you position yourself as, hey, we're going to turn your phone into a profit center. The economics, every missed call that you have could be $1,500 in lifetime revenue lost by looking at averages across, how many phone calls are they missing, what's your average order value when you get a patient through the door, what's the LTV, all that stuff. You make that calculation and show that to them like on a sales call or when you're reaching out to them to pitch them. The next thing is operational bottleneck. The reality is 60% of staff time on administrative tasks. That means they're not actually doing the important stuff. And an AI Fix is end-to-end workflow automation. Give your team their time back. What this means is your team can work more on important things, saving you time and money. The next problem is the market share battle. Reality, 67 dentists per 100,000 people by 2040, the year. That means, hey, there's going to be loads of competition. It's going to be harder to stand out than ever. So you're going to compete with digital patient experiences, being able to have everything digitalized so then it's not old-fashioned. It's super easy for your patients or customers. Positioning the clinic as becoming basically the Tesla of dental practices. Like, hey, you're going to use all these next-gen tools and you're going to feel like the Tesla of the dental market. And ultimately, this is going to give them a huge edge in their market and allow them to make much more money. And the final thing is, once again, just talent shortage. 29% of front desk turnover. It's a $4,000 hire and they don't stay for very long. Replace it with AI callers, but on retail, basically solve the entire staffing problem without hiring one person. Avoid having to hire and fire people, and you're going to have money saved in the end. So it's a really easy kind of pitch. Okay, so now we know the selling angles. We know what dentists to target. How are we actually going to sell them? Well, it all starts with the meta ad. So we're going to set up our campaigns with different campaigns to kind of just solve different pain points and target different angles that we talked about. So Campaign number 1 is the awareness, just targeting people who are aware of their problem. Campaign number 2 is consideration. We're showing them case studies of things that have worked for other practices that they could use. The next one is conversion, which is a free audit offer, just being like, hey, super direct response, super straight up, like, hey, let me give you a free audit on your thing. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to allocate this percent of your budget. So 20% to awareness, 30% to consideration, and 50% to conversion to actually convert these people. So you're making people aware, then you're showing them real case studies, and then you're converting them here. Very simple pitch. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to convert those leads into paying clients who actually buy your service. So we're going to do this between 2 calls. Call number 1 is discovery, and call number 2 is demo. On discovery, we're not pitching them anything. We're just asking questions like, how many patient calls do you receive daily? What percentage of new patients book online? How much time are you spending on insurance verification? And the ultimate goal here is to simply build pain. So then once that pain is built, you can go into a demo call and show them things like a live AI ROI calculator of numbers. This is actually something members of my private mastermind have. I give it to them where it's like this calculator where you can ask the business, how many agents do you have? How much time are they spending on the phone? And then compare that with the numbers that the AI will have instead. And kind of speaking of my mastermind, if you did want to get one-on-one coaching from me personally to start and scale your own successful AI agency, if you click the top and only link in the description, you'll find a link to go ahead and book a call for that. You basically get my personal phone number. You can text me whenever you have questions. I do 5 weekly Zoom calls a week. You can hop on, ask me any questions about starting and scaling your agency. So if that's even 1% interesting, click that link below and book that call. But other than that, you're going to ask them like, hey, revenue made from capturing leads after hours, show them the numbers, show them how much money they would make if they just built an AI caller to call people after hours, not even people during the day, just after hours. Show them the time savings converted to a dollar value. Show them how much money they would actually make, and then just show them an output, which is a 12-month projected ROI, and your target here is to get them anywhere from a 5 to 10x of what your actual investment is, and we'll get to that very shortly. And basically what you can do is just close them. So there's a couple different closes you can do, because let's be honest, most of these sales calls are not going to be laydowns. You're going to have to employ kind of guerrilla tactics. The first one is a pilot program, so 30 days, 50% off of your offer, and like I said, we're going to show you guys the pricing to have it right over there. It's right in the next one. Another thing you could do is a payment plan, spread it over 6 to 12 months. Give them a actual guarantee, so you guarantee they're successful, and then also just create urgency, make them feel like, hey, it's only limited to 5 people per month, so then they feel like they actually have to buy. All right, so now let's talk pricing models and packages. So tier 1 is the starter tier. This is 1,000 to 2,000, and the core thing that you're giving here is an AI receptionist plus chat. And what you're doing is just automating appointments, building that receptionist to call people after hours during the day, and they don't get much support from you. They're just getting email plus like a knowledge base to always refer back to. And the target market for this is those solo practices we were talking about, maybe 1 to 2 dentists. Now, the main offer is a scale tier. This is $3,000 to $6,000 up front. It has all the things in the starter package like the actual AI receptionist, but the main big thing that they're also getting here is number 1, reactivation campaigns like we talked about, advanced dashboard analytics so they can really see stuff, and they're getting a dedicated account manager that's always there to answer questions and help them whenever they need it. And the target here, like I said, is those group practices, 3 to 8 dentists. Now, for the high rollers who will occasionally book with you, you are going to have the enterprise tier. This is 20,000 to 50,000, maybe 5 to 10 grand per month after that to do management, and all you're doing is just custom built solutions for them. I will probably sell 1 to 2 of these a year. It's very rare that we sell these, but if you went out and happen to talk to a very enterprise level client, you want to have an enterprise level offer ready, so then you can sell them this instead of just making maybe 5 grand. Now, assuming you're getting on calls, you'll probably get some common objections. So these are the common objections I see with any of these medical practices that you could be targeting. So number 1 is price resistance, and you're just going to reframe it as an investment in future revenue, not a cost right now. So just show them the math. Be like, hey, you could pay us 2 grand a month, or you could lose 6 grand in revenue. Just show them like, hey, it's literally cheaper to pay us because you'll be making or saving more money just using us opposed to losing that money. And show them proof. Once again, showing them real life case studies of dental practices using this. And once again, you can always offer a pilot program so then they can use your service and get used to you before they buy. Or maybe they have technical anxiety. Just reassure them that this is a full white glove solution. They're not going to go out and have to learn any of it themselves. It'll be fully operational in 7 to 10 days, and you'll do live training sessions and have a full video library so your team can be trained up. And just promise them, hey, your team is going to touch zero code. There's no coding involved. You don't have to actually use it. Now, the next one you might get is AI skepticism. So just validate that 96% of dentists don't trust AI. Like, hey, you're not the only one that doesn't trust this. And position AI as an assistant, not a replacement. Don't be like, hey, we're replacing everything. Just be like, hey, it's going to help your current clinic. It's going to help you make more money. And show them credibility. Be like, hey, it is HIPAA compliant. It is fully compliant for dental clinics like you. And just let them approve all the decisions. Be like, hey, we're not going to do anything without your approval. It's all going to be ran for you before we actually launch it. Now, final thing you might get is timing concerns. So just say, hey, what's driving the delay? And then just address it. Be like, hey, your wife having a wedding or, having a baby in 6 months is only a reason to start today. It's not a reason to push it down the line another 6 to 12 months. That was a full AI breakdown on how you can sell to dental practices in 2026. Now, if you want to get the most out of the next digital gold rush, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I do run a private mastermind. Inside of this mastermind, you basically get my personal phone number. You can text me whenever you have questions. I do 5 weekly Zoom calls. You can hop on and ask me any questions. You get all my templates and systems to acquire clients, and you get all my templates and systems to fulfill for those clients and make them happy clients who not only pay you once, but pay you for life. So if that's even 1% interesting to you, click the top and only link in the description of this video to book a one-on-one application call, either with me or my business partner if I can't make it, where number one, we'll give you a little bit of value to help you start your agency, but more importantly, see if I feel like you're a fit for my mastermind, and if that's the case, I'll extend an invitation. That said, guys, if you're even 1% interested, click that link below, book that application call, and I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.